Alright guys, you might have noticed some inconsistencies in our recent videos when it comes to sound samples, and it's time to come clean. We're going to be fully transparent in this video, and the whole thing is a bit blah. So we strongly believe in that great tip for good writing: show, not tell. So in the past, you've seen us provide samples on this channel for microphone performance, ANC, sound, transparency, and even comfort. However, we pride ourselves on perfection, so we've wanted to keep getting better at our craft.
So initially we got ourselves the mini DSP ears, this one, an amateur like dummy jig with microphones, which is mainly meant for generating frequency response curves, and all the curves you've seen on this channel are generated using that. It's an okay tool, and we aren't a channel that's dissecting every frequency band. For us, the curve is just another data point to buttress or validate our claims, so that's fine. So in the early days of the ears, we also used these ears for sound samples with all the relevant disclaimers. However, we thought we could do better, so we stopped with that until we could actually afford something much better. After saving what is for us the rather big sum of 2,000 euros, earlier this year we finally bit the bullet and threw down the cash to get ourselves a brand spanking new 3DIO FS2 Pro, this guy. And of course, we threw in some more money for the XLR cable and an audio interface. In any case, we hope that this would give you the best and most realistic experience. And so we blindly went with the recordings and uploaded them, and that was probably our biggest mistake. We sincerely hope that you guys took the recordings just as an idea, and we truly apologize if you made any decisions based on the samples alone. To be clear, our opinions have always been based on what we actually hear with our ears. The samples did not influence that. But after the Soundcore Space Q45 video, where we played the samples, we saw a lot of negative comments and just couldn't figure out the dissonance. So we started digging deeper. So we did a couple of things. We had a lot of back and forth with 3DIO, about 20 messages at last count, and that hasn't really led anywhere. What we've also done is recorded a reference sound using my FRFR KRK VXT4 speakers, and using Logic Pro, I applied a match audio EQ effect to compare the recorded sound and the reference sound. And holy audio gods have mercy, that was really the thing that broke this YouTuber's back. Look at the graph he generated. This is the compensation EQ graph compared to the reference, which means this EQ had to be applied to a recorded sound to get to the reference sound. Look, while part of it can be attributed to the difference between the speaker, the room, etc., the really annoying thing is that treble region. Just look at what a scoop we needed to apply to give you a more realistic sound. We are super disappointed that we blindly trusted the gear, and this is really an apology from our end for putting out content that might have misled you. We take this stuff very seriously, and yeah, this doesn't feel right at all for us. This also explains why so many of you absolutely hated the performance of the Soundcore Space Q45 in the video, since those headphones are a little bit brighter to begin with, and with that treble boost that the 3DIO is giving, it takes it absolutely into screechy, tinny territory. Just to be clear, what we say in our reviews, all the sound quality impressions we have, is based completely on how we hear the headphones. So it's not like we are recording the headphones, listening to those samples, and then making a judgment. No, we're using our real ears. So we stand by our opinions in the sound quality section. It's just that the recordings might have given you guys the wrong idea, and for that, we are sorry. All right, so I've set up kind of a test setup. This is my microphone, which I use for all our YouTube videos. It's the DET. This is the mini DSP ears that I have, and this one, it's a bit off to the side, but it's the 3DIO FS2 Pro. So what do you guys think? Is there a voice difference? Let's go pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3. I will normalize the volume so they kind of sound at the same volume. That should not affect the sound quality at all.
This won't happen again, but we really need your help, guys, to set this right. We have a few choices here. We can continue uploading recordings right off the device with that treble boost, or we can EQ them, or we can just stop with the recordings altogether. None of them is perfect, but we were looking for help from you guys to show us the way. We're not being YouTubey, but please, we invite comments on this video. Let us know what you think the best course of action is. You've been helping us out, and we've been DHRME. Namaste.